Hey everybody, welcome to JTV Extra. I am Sandra Younger. I am the inventor of a cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All. And on this show, all we do is we work with stringing materials one way or another. And guys, can you believe it's already July 31st? July's my favorite month, and because it's kind of like for me, it's like almost like the end of summer. I feel like fall is starting up, and it's just I'm glad to be on the show on the very last day of July because like I said, it is my favorite month, and you know we'll be pretty soon ushering in the fall and then winter, and could you believe the holiday season's among us? So I kid you not, now is the time to start making gifts. If you're going to be like gifting anyone like gifts for Christmas or the holiday season, now is the time to get started. And if you've never made anything with stringing material, I take the guesswork out of it. I mean, you will be up and running in literally minutes because everything I teach, it's fast, it's easy, and especially like with the multi-strand, no end caps. I mean, that's a major part of, what I do is I finish the ends of like any kind of cord. So even if you have a trouble with something, you could email me and I will be more than glad to help you. Today's show, we've got lots of Z beads. And today's project is going to be, it's like a variation on a braid, because when I was doing it, I was like, this kind of seems like a braid, but the thing is the tension on the threads it's different. So oddly enough, it just gives it a different look. And, plus if braiding isn't your thing and you can't do it, anybody can do what I'm going to show you today. But anyway, we'll talk about the products that are on today's show. Just basically, the different kinds of Z beads that are available, and they are beautiful. And then we'll get to the customer show, and then we'll get straight to the project. Okay, here are the products on today's show. All right, let's see what we have today. We have a Z bead extravaganza, and I could not pick a favorite because each and every one of them, when I had it in my hand, I thought, okay, this one's my favorite, this one's my favorite. But this one, oh, it's so pretty. The thing with the rectangular beads, which are, let's see, where are they? Right over here. Just by themselves, I thought they were pretty. So for a couple of these, I made, oh my goodness, this is tangled. Just a real simple like necklace, just with one bead, because if you have a lot of beads, I mean, I'm not saying you can't have a lot of beads on there, but just by themselves, just like something real simple on an adjustable, the wax cord that's at the end of the show, which I'll get to that in a minute. But I just thought that just having just one bead they're just so pretty. And they're pretty long. I think, let's measure them. Let's see how many millimeters. And I think in each of the sets, they're all about the same. So they're about 28, so close to 30 millimeters each. This one is, so this one's at 29. So they're all, and all the sets are approximately the same. So look how beautiful that is. I love, when I saw these, I was just like, ugh, I'm in love because they're just so beautiful. And here's another picture of them close up. And each of them, they have like color variations, which just makes it like just all the more interesting. So, it was hard to, you have one strand in your hand and you're like, oh, which one do I pick? Because they're all just so pretty. And the next set is the black and white. And I did make, and these little, these little designs, for those of you that don't know, they're supposed to represent like eyes. That's from, I read it online that these are supposed to be like eyes. So I just thought, like, how many eyes does this one have? Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you could call this the I necklace. So there we go. Beautiful. And it's like an ecru. It's not like black and white. It's like a black and ecru, which I really like black and ecru together. And then the next set, this is it's a blue. And this one kind of, I don't know, just makes me feel like I'm on an island somewhere in the Caribbean because of how pretty the blue is. And the design on this one's a little bit different. I mean, it doesn't have, I don't know, I don't know what that design is. I need to research my my Z bead designs, because I know that they all have, some kind of significance in, in the design. And then the next set is the brown and white, which that's what I will be using on today's for today's project. And the brown ones, they've got like a really interesting. Let me bring up another like thing here. See how pretty these are? I mean, they just like have such a interesting like design pattern. In the middle of them, it's kind of like they're translucent or something. Really interesting. And then the longer ones are like this. So that's what we're going to be using today, because I really like the amber, a brownish color. So these are really pretty. Let's see if we have another picture. Oh, these guys. Okay, I didn't get to work with these, but this is these are really interesting. They're tiger eye, and they're very, very tiny. They're like squares. But let me see if I can. And I just want to show you just like how tiny these are. They're so cute. And I know that before the week is over, I'll have made something with these, because they are just so like interesting. Check these out. Look at that. Like these tiny little squares. Let's see how big the holes are. I would say probably about like maybe 0.4 millimeter. So if you have a design, where you want to add some little tiny like square beads, they're just so pretty. They're very vibrant. I mean, God, I don't know how they cut these. Can you imagine that, cutting like these? They're perfect, and plus they're polished. I mean, God, how do they do that? I mean, I've always wondered. One of these days, I'd love to go to like a bead factory just to see how they make this kind of like bead. And then the next product is my favorite of all time. This is a cord knotting and design tool that I invented because I love working with stringing materials. And when I first started, guys, it was so difficult. But I came up with like all sorts of like things, like the coil knot here, and then we've got like the moose knot over here. You can make multi-strands without having to use any kind of end caps. I mean, this tool, it keeps the tension. You can get your hands underneath your work, and it keeps the measurement for you. So while you're working, because I tend to get a little bit distracted when I'm working, so having the measurement like being kept for me basically is really helpful. And both boards come with a hardware kit, so that you can rearrange, depending on what you're doing. And you do get a DVD and an ebook, and also there are like over 100 like lessons and projects on my website. So if you go to like Knotty Lessons, which you will get a password for Knotty Lessons, it's included in your kit. But you'll need to get an updated one, because since we have a newer website, you just email us and we'll like supply you with the new one. But I have like an archive of like the past JTV Extra shows. So if you miss something or you just want to learn something new, there's just like tons of information there. It's just so much fun. I mean, it's like I said, it's probably like my favorite tool. If I didn't invent it, I would like have like a lot of them, because I just use it every day for all different kinds of things. It's just like, it's like the best. And plus the value, I mean, if you multiply out the number of lessons versus how much this costs, you get the tool plus each lesson at this point is like $1. So if you do the math, I mean, and I've got some really like top end, like artisan style like lessons on my website. I mean, these are like projects that nobody is going to tell you how to do. So, but I have just lots of stuff on my website. So anyway, and the last product is the Beadalon wax cord. And this one is interesting. It is a synthetic, so you can melt the ends, which I did here for this slide knot necklace, because I wanted it to be adjustable, and I just wanted to be able to pull it and have the knots just nice, and it's nice and slippery. That's one thing I like about faux leather. I always recommend it for slide knots. So this could be used, for a necklace like this, or it can be used for like macrame slide knots. I mean, it's thicker, so that means your slide knot will be chunky. But sometimes your piece the slide knot has to match the scale of the piece. So it's and you get let's see what it says here. Let's see, 7 yards each, so that's 14 yards total. So this is a cord, a type of cord that I use very, very often. So let's see, I think that's everything. Lots of Z beads, beautiful. And the board, okay, that's everything on today's show. I noticed a couple of new names here. So let's see. I want to welcome everyone that is on the show today. I appreciate you coming because it just means that my show keeps going. If you like anything or you think something's cool, don't forget to hit the heart button. And we are going to do the customer show. And boy, wait till Nana and from Scotland, but she does some really incredible macrame. Wait till you see what she does. All right, first we have this beautiful, you know, I love this necklace. It's Rhonda, Colorado, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. This is something that I would totally wear. This is braided, and it's got the, you know, I found some beads like this and I wasn't sure where they came from, and now I know that they're from JTV. They're those little tube beads, but I just love just that little little spark of color, like above, like where the bail is macrameed, and then with the Buddha pendant, it just, I mean, the whole necklace just has that really like cool like vibe. It just really, it just, everything just works about it. I love it. And then next, oh my goodness, Sarah, North Carolina. Girl, oh my gosh. Okay, she hand painted. I thought that pendant looked familiar because it used to be silver, and I know that was a JTV pendant from a while back, but it's hand painted, guys. Oh my goodness, that must have been a lot of work. That is so intricate. Look at all those different colors. There's like turquoise, red, green, yellow, purple, blue, red. I was telling her it kind of reminded me of the Olympic symbol, but ooh, and look at the colors and the necklace with those the little spacer beads. And it's got a little dangle one on the end too. Oh, so cute. Very pretty. And Laura Lee. Oh, okay, this necklace. Okay, these are oh, what are those beads called? Oh my God. Oh, I don't remember. Okay, I know the black ones are guys, I think I'm losing. I look at them and oh, some kind of crystal. Okay, I give up. But I'm not going to say anything until I remember. But here's another dainty necklace that Vivian is modeling. So the Laura Lee sent in some really pretty, like dainty, tiny beaded necklaces. Okay, I think this one's onyx. I don't know. I give up. But the crystal ones, maybe if I don't think about it, it'll come to me. But really nice, really dainty. And Nana, Scotland. Okay, this is a handmade polymer clay focal with a twisted cord. And I cannot believe that is a polymer clay pendant. It's incredible. I mean, I don't know, like, I can't even begin. I've never made anything like that. I don't know if it's like, it's one of those things where you make a roll and then you slice it, or these are like individual, like little color things that are put on afterwards. But it reminds me, I don't know, of a painting that I did a long time ago, like years ago. It has just like, you know, like really cool, like elements and different colors and shapes. So that's really pretty. Just brought back memories. And next, Sarah, North Carolina. Okay, so this is the, I noticed that this is like the slide knot, the invisible slide knot macrame, where if you guys don't know about it, the two ends go over each other and you just keep macrameing. That was a lesson that I did a few months back. But I like the rose, just a dab of beads on the sides, and then that really pretty square bead with the flower at the end. That is perfect. Sarah, North Carolina. And then next, ooh, Rhonda, Colorado. Okay, she said that she didn't have those little silver things, but she said that she may do, and I think she did a perfect job. This looks beautiful, and I love the rondelle. What did I use? Oh yeah, I used round beads, but this got that like I don't know, it just has like a Southwest cowgirl vibe to it. So if you guys like sell jewelry at rodeos, oh my goodness, people love this kind of jewelry. So perfect. Then look, Susanna, Louisville, Kentucky. She did the same one. Oh, look at that. Maybe Susanna, was it you that told me that you improvised? But you used, I see you used a ring instead. Hey, you know, sometimes whatever works. I mean, I just happened to use it, but this is a perfect alternative. And that the leather that you use is probably really soft. I think that I've seen that type, because I could tell by the texture. It's very soft. It's a lot different from like the one that I used on last week's show. It's just I don't know. The best thing to do is just experiment, like with different. You can use like cotton cord or silk ribbon. I mean, just think about all the different things you could use aside from like deer suede lace. I mean, that's something to think about. Maybe I'll do a lesson sometime on that. In Nana, Scotland, I cannot figure out like what kind of macrame this is. It looks very difficult, but it's a Chinese knotting cord and it is very beautiful. It's incredible. Nana, your work is just like so intricate. I'm astounded. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, what am I looking at? This is like incredible. Let's see who we have next. Sarah, North Carolina. Okay, this one's cool because it's got like the the front part of the bracelet is the arrow, and then the rest of it's the macrame. Isn't that cool? And it's really interesting, like when you do something like this, because it's fun just trying to like calculate the number, and you know, and honestly, one like this you can't go wrong because sometimes you really don't need to know. You just like use the board to like stop it like 2 inches. You know, it's really interesting. All you really need to know is the length of the arrow part, and then you can calculate the rest from there. But I like how you used a different color for the macrame slide knot, and it's got the little dangles on the end. And I think that's with the wax jewelry cord. Very nice. Laura Lee, Florida. You know, I was wondering what these beads were. I mean, they look, it doesn't look like lapis. It doesn't look like turquoise. Is it like some kind of agate? I'm still wondering because I think it's beautiful. And these, I think a couple of pictures down, I think they're made so that they could also be worn as bracelets. Very dainty bracelets. And oh my goodness, here's another one from Nana, Scotland, polymer clay pendant. That looks so I don't know. There's an artist that that reminds me of. I forgot his name, but the it says polymer clay puff pendant on knotted cotton cord with a multi-strand necklace. Just look at all the little intricate knotting like on the bail. Oh my goodness. Wow. I honestly I could not do that. No, I could not do that. I mean, I could do a simple multi-strand, I could do the knots, but those intricate macrame bail work, that's above my pay grade because I mean this is like stunning. And then oh, we did this one already. Oh, well, Sarah, I liked it so much. Here it is again, guys. The pennant close up, like the Olympic symbol. It's so pretty. I'm just going to admire it again. Okay, so Sarah, we did yours twice. Beautiful. And then we have Susanna, Louisville, Kentucky. This one, see, this leather's different because it looks like it's I don't know, it's like suede on both sides. Is that right? That's what it looks like to me. And it's got the knots in between, and then I don't remember the name of these beads. I'm just like forgetting the name of beads, guys. I mean, all I do is I look at them and it's like I have two names for beads, either pretty or not pretty. But most of them, 99.9% of them are pretty. And so next, Laura Lee, Florida. Ooh, these are all layered. You got the blue one layered with the oh, what is, I cannot. I thought I'd remember what those green ones are called, just like the white ones, but I give up. I don't remember. And so it's got the gold spacer, like the little beads in between. Ooh, 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 so pretty. And then next, Sarah, North Carolina. Oh my gosh, look at this. You know, these beads were on the show a few shows back, and I really, really like them. There's just something about them. They look really like exotic looking, and I don't know, just different. And this one, let's see. I don't remember the technique. I mean, I remember if I saw the video, I'd remember. And this one, see, what's really cool about this one is when you wear it, let's say you have your hair up, the back of the necklace is going to look just as pretty as the front. Because I was talking to my friend Tammy about that. We were just like oohing and eyeing over like the backs of necklaces and thinking how they should be important too. So this one, and Sarah, can this one be doubled? I mean, I imagine that you can if you put like one of those adjustable extenders on it, maybe, so you could have wear the circle in the front along with the pendant. Just a thought, just a thought. And then Laura Lee, Florida. Oh gosh, here are these beads again. You know what? Oh my God, I want to say. Oh, it's not Aurora Borealis. Oh my God. Like it's not a quartz. It's I give up. Rainbow, no. Moonstone, no. Okay. Anyway, it's really pretty, and I will figure it out by the end of the day. So, and that's the one that was a necklace. Now you can wear it as a bracelet. And the last one, Nana, Scotland. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to ask. Okay, vertical half hitch with beaded section. Guys, look at this. This is unbelievable. That looks really hard. I mean, like, do you start in the middle? Do you start on the end? I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to guess that you start in the middle and then you work one way and then the other, and then you put the colorful cord. I don't know. Anyway, this looks so hard. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for everything you sent in. Everything was like incredibly cool. And if you want to send anything in, email it to me at theknottydoitall@gmail.com. You know, that's a good idea. Roll call. Okay, so I wrote my list down, guys. I'm keeping track. I noticed that everyone's here. Pat was late. That's okay. But we have a new one. Angie, thank you for joining the show. Let's see. We got Jill, Nita, Michael, Ella, Pat. Let's see. Paula, Rhonda, Laura. I'm taking notes, guys. I'm watching you. Cubic zirconia. I cannot believe I could not remember that on Laura Lee's necklaces. It was driving me nuts, but I didn't cheat. I kept thinking I'm going to remember it, but I didn't. But then I looked at someone's comment. I think it was Rita. Thank you very much, Rita, because it was driving me nuts. Anyway, our project. Okay. I think the most confusing, or maybe it's not confusing because I make it easy. Okay. I'll tell you my situation, my problem, what the deal. I wanted to like originally just simply braid all these. However, these holes are a lot smaller than that one, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like how? So here's the trick. I have my little cheat notes here. So if you want to take screenshots of this, okay, you'll need 2 lengths of the wax jewelry cord. I'm using the 0.9, 2 yards each. That's all you need, or 1.8 meters if you do the metric system. And of course, the beads, the 10 round for the sides, and then the center bead. And you will need a leadered needle. And if you don't know what a leadered needle is, it is fishing line, see that, with a needle on the end. And the reason I did that because you can't, it was impossible to string a bead on the ends of two ends. But, you know, if you fold the cord and then you put fishing line, not a needle, because the needle will become the problem, then you can like get it on. I mean, there was a little bit of tension, but you can get it on. So the, let's see, back to here. Okay, so you fold one of the lengths in half, attach the leader needle and string on 5 of the beads. But then you string on the long one. And there are a couple of things. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, the third cord. Okay, that's where, you know, I thought, oh, I hope I don't confuse anybody, because it's really not the third cord, it's the second cord. Okay, so see this one? This is the other cord. So if you pretend like you can't see this, you know, you can see, oh yeah, she strung on 5 beads, the Z bead, and then these 5 beads. But then that other strand, the second strand that you cut, the other 2-yard length, you're going to feed it through this one here, but just single, okay? And then, so, but I mean, this looks really short because, you know, the 2 yards wouldn't fit, but just pretend like this is 2 yards folded in half to 1 yard. And then this one is 2 yards, but then you go back and you center it. So what the deal is this becomes your working cord on this side. And on this side, this one becomes your working cord. So you're going to go that way and that way. Thus the reason this one is a lot longer than this one. Does that, is that clear? I mean, I have a picture of this. Oh, there it is. So I'll let that, just pretend, guys, like those strands. Pretend like the folded one is the 2-yard, and the I mean the 2-yard folded, and the other one is like the 2-yard, but just strung straight through the Z bead. So I'll just let it sit there for a minute before I come back to the board. So, okay. So I'm gonna do that. So I have a 2-yard length right here. I'm going to put the leadered needle on. I'll just redo what I'm telling you in real time. So there's the fold. I'm going to put a leadered needle. Let me grab one. I've got one on standby. And these things are fantastic. I mean, this is like really, it takes your designs to a new level, because beads you didn't think you could get on, now you can get on. So see there, and I'm gonna string on 5. So I'm gonna snitch these from this necklace here. So there's 1, 2, 3. I'm just doing this just to show you how to like string it. So there's that one. And there'd be like a little, you'll feel tension in there, but that's all right. It's not so bad that it'll crack your bead. But then you get this one on. I put your Z bead. And you know, sometimes what you might want to do, I think you know, in case there's a little bit of friction inside the bead, it might be a good idea to string this one on first. Just kind of get it centered and then come in. And yeah, that's what I would do, because sometimes there's too much tension that you can't just like slide it on. So this is the hot tip of the hour. Just put the string, the single one on, and then the Z bead, and then your next 5 beads. Oh, I'm glad that Sputters is doing good. Aw. That must be so stressful when you're, you know, pet. Okay, leadered. How did auto, let's see. Okay. So there's the other 5. So let's see. So this is and then what you do is you center everything. So you come in and you center the Z bead on the folded cord. Okay, let's make sure that's centered. And then you center this cord. So you're gonna have to take it and just get everything centered so that it's kind of sort of looks along something like this. Okay. So the next thing you do is let me just get this nice and straight. All right. This is actually a really fun project. It just, you know, sometimes it's nice to do a project where, you know, you just have to like think like slightly differently. So let me make sure. Get all those. Okay. And then once you get them all centered, the next thing you do is you put an overhand knot on this side and an overhand knot on that side. So you just like take all your cords and just like make an overhand knot here. And just bring the beads and the cord, just everything through. And then just tie an overhand knot nice and tight. Make sure just to pull all the cords so that way you're sure that you got them all. You scoot this bead down and then just a simple overhand knot on the other side as well. I'm going to put this one aside because I've got this one that I started because you do exactly the same thing on each side, and I didn't want to run out of time in case I did. So just imagine you've got your bead, you've got your overhand knot here, and then your overhand knot here. So now the fun begins. So I'm using the big board. I'm going to turn it this way. Let me get my stuff out of the way. And we're going to clip. Let's see, I'm going to clip this side here to hold it. And then the long weaving cord, I'm going to have it on my right side here. And let's move this away, that away. And then here are these two. And I'll show you a couple of tips and tricks because you got to make sure, you got to kind of keep track of the right side that they're on. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. So see this, you need this space right here. So I'm going to clip and clip, and I'm clipping the end with 2 clips, guys, because there's kind of a lot of pulling and tugging, so it's just helpful. Okay, so what we do, and you know what, I've got a time-saving, a slightly time-saving tip, and it is to use a needle. Oh, you know what, my hardware's like not within reach. Let me ooh, that's all right. Let me see if I have one in here, because usually I have like stuff everywhere. So you know what, I'll just use this needle. Excuse me. Your kit comes with a plastic needle. This will work, plastic needle. And what you do is you string this cord on, and this is very much kind of like the project that we did a few weeks back, you know, it's about a year ago. It is. Oh, and someone asked about the macro. Bead crochet thing. I do not have a copy of that show, unfortunately. But if you get in touch with me, you can purchase like I guess a bead crochet lesson, but I don't have any like information from that specific show. So but anyway, so this is what you do. So you take your needle and you feed the cord in this way, and then see how I'm pushing it like inward. Let me zoom in, and I'll just lock the focus. And then so you go in, but you have to count. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And believe it or not, it's like a braid, but you're just doing it like different. And so it gives because the tension and the folding are on different threads, so it just looks different. And I did a project. It was like a woven leather bracelet that I did, I don't know, probably about a year or so ago, where I used leather, but I went a different direction. And it was crazy, but I lost count. Oh no. Oh, count to 10. I'm just going to pretend like I did 10, guys. Okay. So, and then you slide a bead down, but see how you're not sure, like when it twists, like, ooh, like which is the left, which is the right. So a little trick that I have is that you can just kind of like loosen these up and then pull on this one. Okay, you'll see this one move. So that means, okay, you're going to push this down, and that is the, so that means that it's on the side that it's supposed to be, because if you get them crisscrossed inside the weave, it warps funny. So I'm going to come back in here. So there's this one. I have everything as far as hardware for the crochet purchase the lesson. Oh, you know what? Ella, email me and I will, I'll make you a little video, but, so it's pretty simple. If you have the kit, I'll definitely, make you a video on how to attach the cleat. And the cleat for oh my God, did I count? Okay. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Okay. Because I can't count and talk, I'm not going to count, but when you do this, count 10. So that way they're like even. But it's really important that you kind of like push it down to get it nice and tight. Okay. So there we go. And this is actually fun. I really enjoy doing this. It's very therapeutic. It's like, I love it. And the only thing that runs through my mind is like, oh boy, like, what if I add like 2 beads or, you know, just, I mean, it just goes on and on. So, ooh, baby jewelry. Ooh, that sounds like fun. So I'm just going to eyeball it, guys, because I don't think it's in the cards for me to be counting and talking. So I'm going to slide this one over, and I'm going to pull on this one. Well, to make sure. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so I come back and clip and clip. And what I did on this side, in case you're wondering, like, how does she know after she reclips it? See, the one that's on the right, when I reclipped it, I clipped it on one of the clips, and this one is on the other. So that's how you keep track. And I know Sarah's going to ask me, girl, do you need to flip it over or something to that effect so they lay correctly? You know what? I should have paid attention. That's a good question. Sarah always has like really like good questions. So if you guys have any questions, just it's about 1/2 inch. Uh-oh. Hang on, let me get that one. Did I just mess up? Hang on, I would say yes. It comes out to about 1/2 inch. Hang on, I am messing up, but guys, hang on, let me get this back on. I would say that's about right, but you could do it like the distance. You could like vary the distance. Hang on, hang on. Like let me start over. Okay, but right there. Okay, so 1. You could make it farther apart. You could make it closer. I just picked those numbers because I had to pick something, and you know I just want to like. I think the point is when you pick a number, make sure that you do the same number in between each of the weaves, so that way it looks even. And I was thinking, you know, I could add beads on the outside cords maybe, and maybe I don't know. I think this could go a lot of ways. So let me go here. And let me scoot this up. Does that make does this seem easy, guys? You know, you just go in there and like cinch it in nice and tight. I think it's pretty easy. And the just for your information, there's enough cord on here that you can weave like a 15 to 16 inch necklace with this specific weave. But what I did on mine, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Let me just get this going. Then I'm going to come back to the right. This I had to transition to a regular braid because that weave, you cannot put a macrame slide knot on it because it's very bumpy and it's going to get stuck. So since it's got 3 strands, I transitioned back into a regular braid. But if you're not a braider, there are options that you can do. Like you could fold the ends and do the macrame binding knot and then make it adjustable that way. I mean, there's a couple of, I mean, for those of you that have like followed the show and you know like all the different ways that I finish things. Okay, let me see. Okay, so this one goes here. Nope. Okay, that's it right there. So there are options, but on this particular weave, you don't want to put a macrame slide knot. It's too chunky. So there's this one. And go back. I think this one's going to come out crooked, but that's all right. That's all right. Have any of you guys started making or considered like what you're going to give people for Christmas? Like, are you making jewelry for Christmas? Oh, and you know, if this makes a really wonderful gift too. I mean, it's like it'll be the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, because, you know, you're giving someone like a life hobby, especially if, I mean, if you don't have, you know, like a hobby, this is a great one because it's extremely versatile. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this board, and it just makes it so, it just makes it so much easier. Oh, a medical coder. Oh yeah, that's right. Gina does medical coding. Okay, let's see. Man, I'm really eager to try this with like a thicker cord. See, is that about 10? No, one more. Let's get that one down and over. It's astounding to me how, because if you think about it, it's like a regular braid. See that? Like when you would do like, but you're just, it's amazing. Isn't that like so cool, guys? Oh, it's so cool. Was that, let me get this out of here. I think that's 10. Is it? I don't know. Is it? I'm just going to pretend like it is. Okay. And then the next one, and it does go by pretty fast. Let's see, slide that one over, and let's see which one is it. And you know what? There are some other variations as well. Just think about, I don't know. I'm gonna have to experiment. What if I put the bead on this cord? Maybe that'll look different. So I don't know. But I just thought that the weave it had like a very organic look, just like the Z beads have the organic look. And you know what? Speaking of those Z beads, the green ones I think were my favorites. When I saw them, I was like, oh, they're so pretty. And look, I mean, plus on this one, I just made like a single. It's one of these like adjustables, like you just put right over your head, and then you like slide it down. I mean, that's a really basic one, but if you guys want me to do some basic stuff, like sometime, I can certainly do that. Sounds like fun, because every once in a while, I do like to go back to basics to give like a refresher courses. So if you guys want any refresher courses, just let me know. 15 minutes. Thank you, Robin. I was wondering about how much time I had left. But this is this easy, guys? Just, you know, just you go back and forth. It's very like straightforward. So I'm gonna like let's see, cinch it down over. You know what I do too, Ella? I need to learn what some of those designs mean, because there's one, this one here. I mean, look at that. That's incredible. They're so exotic looking too. I mean, the very first time I saw them actually was on at a JTV. It was a set. This was like years ago, and I was like, whoa, these are, I've never seen anything like these. It's just incredible. Let's see. Just ordered green and blue. Got 25. Ooh. You got a 25% off coupon. Ooh. Oh, did you spin, did it have that spin the wheel thing? Because I saw that, you know, a couple of customers think, ooh, I get to like spin that wheel when the show comes up. Okay, so I'm going to do my last one here. Slide this down, clip it, and scoot. And you just keep going. Oh yeah, so who ordered them? Gina? Ooh, the green ones. They're stunning. Oh, from the circle group. Oh, okay. Amber posts coupons for us. Oh, well. I don't think I've ever. How does Amber get coupons to post? I want coupons to give you guys. That would be cool. Oh, but okay. Well, speaking of coupons or discounts, check your Brilliant Cash, because today, I think if it's July, oh guys, today's if your birthday's this month, this is the last day to get to use your Brilliant Cash. So make sure and check it out. And don't forget, if it's your first time buying anything, you will get a $40 in Brilliant Cash. Okay, so at this point, what I did was I just kept going. I did it for, let me see. Let me tell you guys how long I did this one for. Let's measure it. I did, let's see, about 3 inches. So I just kept weaving till, you know, I got to 3 inches, but then let me let me do just a couple of more, because for the sake of time, I don't want to run out, but I'll do a few more. But this project, it's very enjoyable. I mean, I enjoyed doing it. It wasn't like tedious or not fun. Just, you know, weaving back and forth. It was just I don't know, there was just something about it that was very like therapeutic. And the what, man, I kid you not, I always thought, I am not going to weave, I'm not going to do any of that complicated macrame stuff, because it looks time consuming. And but you know what, I decided to like just have patience and like make one. And it is very, very, very extremely relaxing. It did not matter how long it took, because my friend Tammy, I told her years ago that there was no way I would ever like do anything like that because of the time commitment. Because most everything, I would say 99% of everything that I teach with the Knotty-Do-It-All, this is like, for those of you that do not want to spend more than like maybe like 30 minutes max on something, because the knotting techniques that I teach, I teach the knotting where you could like make 110 mala necklace in like 10 minutes because I knot fast. Okay, so I'm just going to pretend. Let's see how am I doing on time. Okay, 10:50. I'm going to like, let's just pretend like at this point I did my like few inches or whatever. One option is that you can fold, you know, in here, fold it and do like the macrame binding, not like I show like all the time. But the other thing that you can do if you are a braider is that you could just transition right into a regular braid. And, oh, what happened? Whoa, what's horrible? It has been the week of technology. The cat food order took me a week. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. I thought it was like someone got hurt, but I'm glad you guys are all doing well. Okay, so I'm going to take the leader needle off because I need to keep my strands flowing. Just flowing, get the needle off. And so, and the reason I do the regular braid, and if you're not a braider, oh, maybe I can convince you to try it, because you just go in, and I'm pulling. I've got like tension on the cord while I do this. And then every once in a while, I'll pull out the left side so the bottom half doesn't get so tangled. So I think that's like the trick. And like I said, the reason I'm braiding is because I want to make that slide knot with the faux leather, and you cannot make a slide knot on that the weave. So I'm just gonna braid away. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Yeah, right. Oh, Joan, and you do such a good job. Ooh, French braid, Gina. Oh, oh my gosh. Hey, Gina, is that like, I used to, for hair you're talking about, I used to know how to, I used to love French braids. I mean, when I was like 12, I used to wear French braids all the time. One of these days, I'm going to try it again. I mean, my hair's long enough. Why not? God, that brings back memories. Oh my gosh. Summers in South Padre Island, because I'm originally from Brownsville, Texas. Tried finding that on the map. It's way down South Texas, near the border of Mexico, and yeah. Let's see. Use Pets Best. What is that? Holy smokes, Gina, you've been to Brownsville, Texas. That's, believe it or not, that's where I was born. Yep. It's yes, that's right. It is the southernmost. And so the deal is I just keep braiding. So I'm just gonna like pretend like I'm just gonna stop because I've got like not that long to go. So I'm gonna make an overhand knot on here. I mean, that's how I made the original one. And I decided on this one, on the original, to be kind of like loud. So I put a like bead, the big beads on the end, because, you know, why not? Yeah, South Padre Island it's just beautiful. I miss it. It had like the craziest like beaches. I mean, just incredible. Like so like warm. Uh-oh. What's happening? We got to get all these on. Oh no. You know what? Let me sometimes if you stagger them, they'll go on. So just kind of have them uneven. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna do two. You know what I should have done? I should have left the leader needle on and then put that one on there. Okay. Okay, so, but you don't have to. I mean, look, you could do this. You could have one cord on the outside. Why not? Let's do it. That'll work. Let's see. Moose tail. Ay, moose tail braids. A moose knot tail braid. Okay, so. Yeah, I haven't been to Brownsville in like years. But I need to go. I want to visit my mom. I mean, because usually she'll come out to visit me. Because, you know, the weather, I mean, the temperature in Brownsville's like 150. So, I mean, who wouldn't want to come to like Southern California? So what I do is I melt this. So let me get a lighter. Oh gosh, let me see if I want to finish. Tap it. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Make it nice and pretty. And what I did on the original one, I put these two like side by side. And one thing I like to do with my braids before I put a slide knot on them, I like to kind of like squish them down. And let me see what I have here. I'm going to use this random cord, guys, because normally I would use the 0.5 faux leather. Let me see if I can grab some here. No, but see, I moved things around my studio, which probably was a big mistake. Do you guys ever do that? You just move things around and you're like, not a good idea. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have some here. No. Okay, so I'm just going to, these are going to be side by side. And because of time, what I did is I put another large bead on this side, and then I just put them side by side like this on the braided part, because let's put this here. Actually, I'm going to go sideways because that way I don't have to flip the board. I'm going to put one here and another one here. I'm macrameing. Okay, I got to go this way. I keep forgetting. Okay, so this is going to be a macrame slide knot. And like I said, I normally would use the faux leather because it's very, very slippery. And when you make for those of you that don't, because I noticed a couple of new names here. When you do the macrame slide knot, you want to make it like, just snug, because it is possible to make it so tight that you can't like slide it. But normally, oh my god, a cruise. Wait a minute, who was on a cruise? Oh, I want to go on a cruise. You know what? I've never been on a cruise. Oh, that is one thing that, but you know what? I thought, oh, I want to go on a cruise. And then I remember, I think I was at AAA, and then they had like these cruises that literally, they last a year. And I'm like, girl, if I'm going to go on a cruise, I'm going to go all out. I want to go on the year one where it takes you all around the world and you like literally live on the boat. And oh my gosh, can you imagine a cruise ship for a year with your board, all sorts of cord, going to every port and going to every single bead shop in there? Oh, that would be like a dream. Oh my, we should do that. Like, who's down for that? I am. I am. Okay, so then you melt the ends here. Tap, tap. And you do the same thing on this side. And I think we have the time. Maybe I'll get to finish the other side. Okay, so we're going to get that bead on there, that last one. Because I don't like unfinished business. Ooh, 2 minutes. Whoa, today was perfect time. Okay. And this necklace, I mean, it's just really the design, like of the weave, it really it just goes with the bead. Just I don't know. And you know, I even thought about, because I've got this cord, it's like a synthetic raffia, and I thought that'll look cool. Well, that would look really organic. Let's see, how am I doing on time? I think let me finish this one. Oh, Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, did it. All right. Let's clear the way. Oh. So did that part make sense, guys, where I talked about how to string that middle cord on? So you use two strands of 2 yards. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Weave, weave, weave. Braid or fold. My time is up. I hope you learned something new. I hope you guys try this out and send in some projects that you do with this technique for next week's customer showcase. Anyway, guys, happy end of July. We're ushering in August, so the next time I'll see you is in August. All right, guys, you have a nice day. Bye.